By the oceans and the sands drifting across the lands, come back to me. Come back to me. By the oceans and the sands drifting across the lands, come back to me. Come back to me. By the oceans and the sands drifting across the lands. Sorry, I didn't think anyone would be in here this late. Shouldn't you be in bed? I couldn't sleep. I can help if it's rest you want. No! Thank you, but no more magic. Alright. Why not go back and cuddle up to your new husband?
I feel more like a toy than a wife.
Men are always a little bit more playful in the beginning. You'll settle into it.
I don't think he loves me.
Was it bad then?
Was what bad?
Sex. Because it's never usually that good the first time, and I could give you some tips.
It wasn't the first time. We've done it before, but that's not
so he's
what
just
I meant.
bad in general then. I mean, he doesn't really look like he'd be any good.
Can we not talk about that?
So if it's not the sex, then what makes you think he doesn't love you?
He looks at me so adoringly.
Well, that's usually a good thing, isn't it?
No, he just... It's like the way you look at yourself in the mirror when you're drunk. So full of love and adoration, but everything is hazy, and you know deep down you really hate your face, but the alcohol is making it easier to lie to yourself.
You think he's under a spell?
I don't know what happened in the forest, but I was never good enough for him before we fell asleep that night. He just woke up different, and I've wanted him for so long, I just went along with it.
So Oberon thought he'd play Cupid for you.
I'm not.
If there's anything the Fairy King is good at, it's forgetting about the details.
So the Fairy King made Demetrius fall in love with me?
Just like he made me fall in love with an ass.
Excuse me?
That's the thing about men, is they're so worried about their own lack of ability that they'll do just about anything to make you feel small. Are you alright? I lost something, but I'm not sure what. It's like there's this wave over me and it could come crashing down at any moment, but it doesn't. It just hangs there. I don't know what it is I lost.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one awake.
What are you? You're pregnant.
You mean already?
Of course you're pregnant on the first go. Congratulations.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. I'm happy for you.
Doesn't sound like it.
I am. I'm so happy. Can't wait to be a godmother.
Helena, what's wrong?
Nothing.
It's not nothing. I know that face. What's Demetrius done now?
It really is nothing, and I'd rather not talk about it, so can you just drop it?
Helena, you haven't said 2 words to me since we left the woods. I have no idea what's going on.
There
I have no
hasn't been
idea
anything
what's
to
going on with
say
you right now.
I don't remember half of what happened in the forest, except that you convinced Demetrius and Lysander it would be a fun game to prank me and pretend to be in love with me, and you knew how humiliating it would be for me.
Why either of them went after you like
Why
that.
should I believe you?
Helena, it's me. Come on. Why would I get them to do that?
I don't know. For fun, to feel better about yourself, to impress the guys. It's like when we were younger. You're so addicted to attention. You just had to make me feel like more of an idiot for going to the forest after Demetrius.
You're being ridiculous.
Am I? Or are you just too ashamed to admit you would do something like that to your best friend?
Did you hear the way Lysander spoke to me? It was like I was dead to him. Why would I have schemed and told him to say that?
If it tells the lie.
I'm not a liar. It wasn't a prank. I don't know how to make you believe
I
me.
don't. I can't.
Well, then... Ugh.
At least you know Lysander loves you.
Demetrius loves you too. Helena, you always do this. You
I'm
always
not
sell
being
yourself
humble.
short.
Admit that it doesn't make
all
sense.
over you.
He doesn't love me. Just admit that he doesn't love me. Enough!
I can't feel anything.
You won't for a while. But it will creep up on you. Slowly. And then you'll never be the same. Running away, are you? Then it's your business.
Theseus isn't that bad, really. You should give him more of a chance.
He's like a giant golden retriever. Well, from what I've heard, you're quite the fan of dogs. From what you've heard, Oberon does always like to tell me about his little conquests.
Conquest? Is that what he said? Well, I guess he forgot to mention that I tied him to a tree and fucked him with my spear against his throat. Conquest my ass.
Does have a tendency to over-exaggerate sometimes.
Well, I'd love to hear how he described it.
We'll reenact it for you. Right here. Will you play the part of Hippolyta for me? Of course. Now you must lie on the grass over here and gaze around as though you are lost. You will play the part of a tree. Come, stand still behind Helena, and I will play the fairy king. Imagine that I am in human form like some gallant peasant with thick arms and an even thicker skull. Oh, what a beautiful morning to be out riding. If only I were riding something else. What's this? A helpless maiden in need of ravishing. Oh, please, sir, do ravish me. I have no other purpose. Well, since we're in agreement, I shall.
No, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Come on. We're just getting to the best part. No need to get skittish about it now.
I'm not skittish. Here, you take on the role of myself, and I'll be Oberon. You will soon see the true power of my mighty weapon. Spread your legs. Prepare for the ride of your life.
Oh! 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 Oh!
And now that I have deposited my mighty seed in you, you are now immediately with child.
He's taken everything from me. I have to find my son.
I have to go save my people.
I have to leave Demetrius.
I don't know what to say. I'm happy here. I'm sorry for all of you.
weak-willed woman.
Pathetic. Thinks she's stronger than you could ever be. She'd never run from her responsibility.
You think staying with Theseus is my responsibility. You think that smiling and nodding and wearing pretty dresses and lying delicately underneath him while he satisfies himself every night is my responsibility? My women are warriors, being traded and raped by Theseus's army, and you want me to stay with the man responsible for our ruin, our suffering. This marriage was nothing more than a war tactic, and now it's time to go find another one. If you want me to kill Oberon, I will. Come find me, and I'll do it in a heartbeat.
I had no idea. Hermia is strong. You're right about that. Her child will be strong too. How did she even get pregnant so quickly? It's the spell we cast. If the love is true between those in a marriage bed, then they'll have a child. An absolutely perfect child. So I'm not pregnant because my love isn't true. I'm going to find my son. But where do I go now? My whole life has been dedicated to him. What am I supposed to do? I could use another follower. You can come be one of my worshippers. My fairies will take care of you. I don't know. I don't know. I won't wait any longer. My son needs me.